that are best and most gracious. For your Lord knows best who has strayed from his path and who received.
I would now request Dr. Zakir Naik to please come up on the dais. As it is customary, we begin today's program by recitation from the Holy Qur'an, invoking the name of Allah. And I request young Master Muhammad to do the honors and recite the Holy Qur'an. Master Muhammad.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. صدق الله العظيم.
Alhamdulillah. Master Muhammad at the young age of 7 has memorized the entire Quran. Alhamdulillah. And now I would request Mr. Chris Ahmed Frenzel, Marketing Manager, Chloris International, to present a translation of the verses which I just read. Mr. Chris Ahmed Frenzel.
In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, praise be to God, the cherisher and sustainer of the worlds, most gracious, most merciful, master of the day of judgment. You do we worship, and you do we aid seek. Show us the straight path, the way of those on whom you have bestowed your grace, on those whose portion is not wrath, and who do not go astray.
Thank you, Brother Ahmed. Good afternoon, gentlemen. May the peace and blessings of Allah be on all of us. Today, we have a very luminous gathering of personages from various walks of life in and around Jeddah. We have gathered here with a specific purpose, and that is to have an open dialogue about our views and ideas on Islam, and also to remove any misconceptions that we ourselves may have, or preconceptions rather, about the religion of Islam. And for this particular occasion, we also thought that since we have one of the distinguished scholar with us, that is Dr. Naik, Dr. Zakir Naik, we thought we'll make use of this opportunity to have him deliver a lecture, which will be followed by a question and answer session. Dr. Zakir Naik is a scholar on comparative religion, born in 1965 in Mumbai, and he is a physician by profession, but he is now a mentor of the souls rather than a physician of the body, and he'll be definitely able to enlighten you on many of the doubts that you may have. You may feel free, please, to ask him questions, either in writing or orally. You may stand up, announce yourself, and ask questions, standing within the limits of the lecture that he will present. The modus operandi of the question and answer session will be explained later. We also have with us Mr. Mustafa Malaika, who is also, he would rather like to be known as a student of comparative religion, and he mainly specializes on Bible and Christianity. He is by profession a banker, and he works with the Faisal Islamic Bank as the vice president. And his major interests in that area are in investment. He mainly specializes in finance, investment, and banking. We also have our well-known Mr. Ramachandran. We call him Ramuatan. When we say Ramuatan, in my language especially, it means big brother. He is like a big brother to us, And he is very well known in the social circles in Jeddah the moment he landed here. And he has been associating with almost every activity in the social and cultural fields. Wherever there is something happening in Jeddah, he has been very helpful. And I'm also very happy to say that with his coming to the Western Province as the regional manager of Air India, the airline has become one of the most favored airlines in this part. Thank you very much. And now we'll proceed with our function. I request Mr. Mustafa Malaika to deliver the opening remarks. Thank you.
Bismillah, walhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah. I'm honored to be invited here today, especially in the company of Dr. Zakir Naik, who's a well-known lecturer and scholar on the subject, and I do not need to give him any further introduction than what you, alhamdulillah, already know. This discussion is presented with or in the spirit of bridge building. I'd like to say in the spirit of bridge building. When we as Muslims present or talk about Islam in general, we do not intend or mean to challenge, intimidate, or step over the feelings of anybody else. The purpose would be merely to give information on that particular subject. Scholars on the subject who present Islam, like Dr. Zakir, would like to think that they are, as much as possible, impartial, or rather objective when the subject matter is presented. Of course, there is a question and answer session at the end, and any guest who is present here today, of course, would have the chance and the opportunity either to agree or disagree with any of the points presented. I would rather prefer to give priority and preference to those who would like to ask questions in person, verbally, rather than in writing. The reason for that is that maybe if there are a lot of written questions, some of them may not get a chance to be presented or answered, and I would not like to give the impression to anyone who may have written a question that his question has been intentionally retained and kept back and not answered because it's an embarrassing question or it's a difficult question. No, we do not want to give this impression, so I would rather that you at the end of the session would give or present your questions, inshallah, in person, verbally. We are of course honored and pleased. This is the first time I have been presented to our respected guest here, and I'm very pleased to be sharing the same table with him. So thank you very much, and I hope inshallah this discussion will be enlightening and beneficial and useful for all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brother Malaika. This was a very brief discussion.